His signature was an avoidance of a signature style. Although atypical, he was not singular. The same could be said of his closest colleague, Marcel Duchamp, and also of their mutual friend, Francis Picabia. These friendships and others were key to Man Ray. Supportive exchanges with fellow artists and enduring bonds with one-time lovers characterize his career. People took to him immediately. They strove to get to know him, undeterred, indeed enticed, by his ultimate unknowability. He was a self-made man who had tailored his own image so seamlessly that only at moments of great stress did the inner man seep out. Approaching Man Ray sideways through an investigation of his most important relationships suits this master of oblique strategies. Nothing could be more in the spirit of Man Ray than to transpose one of his ideas into another sphere, and by so doing, to twist it into a suggestive new form. His earliest masterpiece, the painting The Rope Dancer Accompanies Herself with Her Shadows, 1916, is composed of large, brightly colored shapes that seem to have little to do with the title. Man Ray had been tracing the figure of the rope dancer, what we now call a tightrope walker, on sheets of colored paper and then cutting out the shape with scissors. He was well along in the process when he looked at the bright remnants on the floor and realized that this was his picture. He arranged the colored cutouts into a pleasing pattern which he reproduced as a painting. At the end, though, he determined that to nail down his subject, he needed to include the rope dancer herself, and he painted her at the top, very small, and connected her with filaments to the large, vivid shadows. This introduction serves the purpose of that miniature figure at the top of the painting. Compressed and graphic, it provides an outline of Man Ray's life, to orient the chapters that follow, which will color in his significant personal connections. As Man Ray once said of his images, the shadow is as important as the real thing. But first, a glimpse of the real thing. Born Emmanuel Radnitsky in Philadelphia, the eldest of 4 children, Man Ray grew up in Brooklyn. His immigrant parents hoped their brilliant son would become a professional, perhaps a doctor or lawyer. But Man Ray from an early age was called to art as a vocation. Enrolling in art schools in Manhattan, he rebelled against academic training until he eventually found a congenial home at the Ferrer Center, a hotbed of anarchist thinkers with a first-rate faculty of artists. In the yeasty downtown New York art scene, Man Ray made frequent visits to the gallery of Alfred Stieglitz, the great photographer and champion of the avant-garde, who helped guide him.